I'm Alicia Shevetone, and today we are honoring two Hawaiian-born women who are breaking barriers in the food and beverage industry on the world-famous Las Vegas Strip. You'll meet the immensely talented Chef Keris Kuwana and learn how a pivotal moment in her life compelled her to chase her culinary dreams here in Sin City. And I'll introduce you to Hola Motuapuaka, founder of Status Sparkling Wine, who credits the resilience of her grandparents for her fierce commitment to Polynesian entrepreneurship in Las Vegas as she races toward opening the highly anticipated Status by William Paul Champagne Lounge in the swanky canal shops at the Palazzo. So join me in celebrating these amazing women right now on Sin City Kitchen. Welcome to Sin City Kitchen and welcome to Chef Keris. So happy to have you and finally meet you in person.
Thank you for having me.
We were both at Picnic in the Alley and I didn't get a chance to actually see you because it was chaos that particular day, but couldn't be happier for your success and congratulations for the opening of Donutique.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yes, yes. So we are celebrating Hawaiian-born culinary and beverage entrepreneurs on the Strip. And I am very, very honored to meet you and to have you in this wonderful establishment and featuring your success. And we would love to hear a little bit about your journey all the way from Hawaii to where we are today.
Okay, well, let's see. From Hawaii, I worked at a place called Alan Wong's, and Chef Alan had this whole culinary, and I cut and burned myself so many times, and I was never at that level of a Michelin star restaurant, and I was one of the very few of the women that was there. He was wonderful, and that's kind of when I got my fine dining start, and I got bit by the bug and kind of left from there.
Yeah.
I really knew that I didn't know too much of baking and pastry, so I decided, what more better to move to Vegas and where all of the chefs are, where the best food is,
right?
And to where it's not too far from home. So moved to Vegas, went to Le Cordon Bleu, got my degree, worked at Roy's for a while.
I saw that.
And after that, the rest has been history.
Well, and you worked for some other impressive chefs too, Alex Strada, Charlie Palmer. And were you at Alex at a time when it was Alex at the Wynn, or was it Strada? Which restaurant did you work for?
It was Alex at the Wynn, and we did have Strada as well.
Yeah.
It was fine dining at its best. It was so wonderful. And Chef Alex is actually really, really a sweet guy. I lost my dog during Christmas time, and he came up, gave me a hug. And most chefs are not. They don't care.
Yeah.
They really do. They're do what you need to do. But he took the time to see if I was okay, and we just got back to work. It makes you want to work harder for a chef, and that's kind of like a mentor to me.
Yeah.
With all the chefs that I kind of work for, you kind of take the best things about what they offer you, and that's what I do for my team here too.
Alex was one of the best restaurants in Vegas, and I was so sad to see it close. And I have eaten your pastries probably more times than maybe anybody in this city. My husband and I were regulars there. We went there at least once a month, sometimes more than that. And we lived in California. So if that tells you anything, we were there all the time.
That's wonderful.
We were all the time.
Yeah.
We were there all the time.
That service
so
was just
huge fans.
On key. And I think just the ambience of it all, the Hey Dolly staircase was just spectacular. But I'm very, very lucky that I lived in a time where we could spend money like that and just kind of do our thing.
That's right, and do it right.
And have a little chair for your purse at the same time.
That's right. Well, and one of the things that people might not necessarily know about you, because your culinary credentials obviously speak for themselves. However, you also have a former life of a Bachelor in Fine Arts. You also are an applied jewelry professional, which is a certification from the GIA. We used to be a client of mine down in San Diego, so I know GIA very, very well, and of course, like the diamonds that are GIA certified. But
One of the things I was curious to ask you is, with all of your culinary pedigree and everything that you've learned and all the great chefs that you've worked for, do you look back to that time as a separate time in your life, or does that inspire you to this day in terms of like your artistic perspective?
Well, let me tell you, I still love expensive jewelry, and so that hasn't changed in one bit. But yeah, I knew that I loved art. I just didn't know what type of art that I wanted to do, and I started with gemology is because I wanted to study diamonds, and I thought that they were really awesome.
Yes.
It's something that's created by pressure, and something that's beautiful, and it takes art to kind of like cut and make sure that the facets are just perfectly. So they call it scintillation, right? The spark that makes it just perfect. Long story short, it was nice, but it was boring. It wasn't something that I really wanted to do. I wasn't really creating anything. It was more grading diamonds and doing some things here and there. And I'd gotten a cancer scare, and I thought that I had breast cancer. And during that time, I had gotten the news that maybe that there was something there. And this was like the first week of December.
Wow.
It takes about 2 weeks for them to get results back.
Yeah.
As a rush. And so in that 2 weeks, it came back and it was benign. And I kind of looked back on my life and I was like, all right, this is something that I don't want to do. And you realize that life is really short.
Yes.
And you want to spend your life doing something that you absolutely love.
Right.
And in December, we were making gingerbread houses with the family. As we're making gingerbread houses, I'm eating candy, I'm having a great time, and I'm like, what the heck am I doing? This is exactly what I want to do with the rest of my life. Even if it's making gingerbread houses, this is something that I love to do, and that's kind of how it all started. And funny that you say, downstairs of the jewelry shop, at the very bottom, was a place called Hola Bakery. It was a little cookie decorating shop. I made $7 an hour, and I was decorating cookies. I was never happier. I mean, like I could have stayed there for the rest of my life, and
unbelievable.
That's kind of how it all started.
Well, and I saw the vibe before we were filming. Obviously, the vibe that you have with your staff is amazing. You could tell that they love working for you. So that's something that you're carrying forward, that joy that you want people to actually feel good when they work here. You were concerned about, people actually coming to work and ahead of F1, just because it's a really crazy time in Vegas.
Yes.
But like actually caring about your employees that much, that says a lot of what it means to you to be an entrepreneur here.
I definitely love my staff. I don't know, maybe I love them more than they love me, but I have about 8 employees that are on their 12th year with me, and it's been wonderful. I mean, you take care of them. I will do absolutely. None of them will work Christmas. It's mostly me that'll bust my butt, but I'm sure that they appreciate it. And some don't care. They're like, "No, chef, it's okay. I won't want to work Christmas." They're wonderful. I could not do this without them, and I think that's kind of like what's every chef's rule, right? If you take care of your people, they will definitely take care of you, and they'll follow you to the ends of the earth. And I'm the same way. If I feel appreciated, I will do it to the ends of the earth.
Well, and let's talk a little bit more about being on the Strip, because after spending so many years and grinding it out with chefs and working so unbelievably hard, and you have an opportunity to carve out a place for yourself here at the Venetian, I have to ask you, as a local, why, because most chefs run for the hills, they go to the suburbs, they decide, okay, here's my chance, I'm going to do what I want, but I'm going to do it off the Strip. And you chose to stay here, which I personally love because the Strip is my favorite, but not everybody's that way. So talk to us a little bit about the decision to make home base here at the Venetian.
My goodness, you have no idea how hard of a decision it was for us to decide to come here. I mean, we looked at some really enticing places with great kitchens. I mean, they were huge. And I could probably do 10 times more donuts than I do now, but also, like we talked about before, you do it for your employees.
Yeah.
And if you want to pay good wages, and if you want to have something that's really busy and bustling, I mean, this is the place to be.
Right.
They offered us a really good spot, and this is not, I mean, it's a really, really tiny kitchen, and I wish you could actually see this on camera. It's really small. It looks big on camera, but it took a lot of great people to design this, and it wasn't just me. It was like, I mean, I want to, like, the list goes like over 100 people that has put in their input of what should go where to make it look bigger as a space. And the Strip has a lot of potential because the Sphere is opening up.
Right.
The concerts, the expansion of the conventions,
Absolutely.
F1. I mean, a million other things, and people love being on the Strip, and they don't mind paying a price for good quality. And it's something special. And when I come to on the Strip, it's always something special. Even if when my mother comes into town, I will take her on the Strip. Usually not. I don't even come to the Strip, but I'll take her just because she wants to see the Bellagio Conservatory and the whole rounds and have her favorite, she likes to go to Milos and have her favorite fish, and just that's kind of a thing that keeps it special as well. So, and I'm no stranger to the Strip. I like it. I love the people around me. Some of the people that I've worked for or that worked for me still work here.
Yeah.
And, it's been, I think this would be my 6th year in Venetian. So
unbelievable.
Yeah.
Well, you're at our Yardbird before, right? We talked about that for sure.
Yardbird, Chica, upstairs. It's been, it's nice to have neighbors if you run out of milk or if I don't know how to do my orderings correctly. They're really good neighbors. For sure. And
run out of sugar. Oh my gosh! And you probably do because you sell out of your donuts all the time.
I did an exchange actually with donuts for a cup of flour the other day.
Nice.
I don't have too much here. Anyway.
Well, Chef, it's been a great conversation, and don't you go anywhere because right after the break, Chef Keris is going to show us how she puts together one of her amazing creations here at Donutique. Come on back. Welcome back to Sin City Kitchen. We're still with Chef Keris, and she is going to walk us through one of her amazing donut creations. Chef, what are we looking at here?
Okay, so this is one of my favorite donuts that we have here. This is called a strawberry cheesecake donut. And so it's filled inside is a dough-baked cheesecake. And I don't know, strawberry cheesecake has always been a family favorite, right?
Yeah.
It's always a thing. We have here some freeze-dried strawberries. That's the flavor. And these are pieces of strawberries coated in chocolate.
Lovely.
So they kind of like are, I guess, humidity resistant. So they stay crunchy. So a little bit of texture. And then we've got some buttercream here. And what I have here are these, we make these large meringues. And I just kind of hand crush them like this. And that's basically what these pieces are on top.
Beautiful.
And I'll show you how to decorate it. So, after I fill them with a baked cheesecake, this is a strawberry chocolate, which is basically, it's a white chocolate infused with this strawberry powder, and it's a strawberry fruit powder and a strawberry puree.
Yum.
So I just kind of let this go and dry for a little bit. During this time, I'm going to put a little bit of our crushed meringue.
Beautiful.
Because you get like, they're yeast raised donuts. So they're soft and fluffy, but they've got that chewy texture too.
Right.
So I also wanted all like to punch you in the face with all this strawberry going on here. And then here are fuchsia strawberries.
So nice to have that textural component too, because generally when you eat donuts, it's all soft. Everything is soft. which, you know, is great because it tastes delicious, but it's so nice. And that's one of the things I appreciate about all of your donut creations is that there's a lot of textural components that you can truly, you know, something that you can really sink your teeth into, which is amazing.
Absolutely. I feel like a lot of pastry chefs lack, it's just like sweet on sweet.
Right.
I love salt and I love salt in my desserts, and I love texture. So it's always that, you know, it's always that fight. Like, okay, what else can we put on here that kind of makes it apparent? I always fight with my boyfriend because he's like, why do you just bite the whole thing? Like, you gotta eat the whole thing to really enjoy it. You gotta see how it is. I'm like, yeah, but if I eat every single donut, I'm gonna be like, I can't do that. He's like, yeah, but if you don't finish the donut, you'll never know exactly the entire experience.
Right.
And so he's right. I mean, I after eating the entire donut, I realized, okay, this was too sweet, this was too heavy, this is exactly what I needed. So we came up with the perfect size. We were like, you could have one of these and just have your most perfect dessert every single time. It was enough to satisfy you. Or you could just leave aside like my mother, she'll save it for like 5 days and throw it away. So anyway. Sorry, Mom. So this is our Swiss buttercream.
Wow, that looks delicious. My goodness.
Put on there.
Unbelievable.
And then putting a little bit more of that crushed strawberry on top. And this will actually soak into the buttercream slowly. So if you, I don't know if you kind of see that it kind of, the color changes
Yes.
as the time goes by.
Right.
It gets a little bit more pink.
Yeah.
And then the strawberry powder. And then we top it off. Again, the crunchy strawberry.
Absolutely.
Voila!
Gorgeous. Thank you, Chef Keris. So nice. Thank you so much for having us here in your beautiful donut-inspired dessert lounge. And come on back. Next on Sin City Kitchen, we are going to give you a preview of Status Lounge and introduce you to another Hawaiian-born beverage professional doing wonders right here at the Venetian. Come on back. Welcome back to Sin City Kitchen, and today we are celebrating Hawaiian-born entrepreneurs, women who are absolutely disrupting the Strip. And our episode continues today with the founder and creator of Status Sparkling Wine, Hola Motuapuaka. Welcome, Hola.
Thank you so much, Alicia.
I want you to please walk us through your background. Hailing from Hawaii, this is the 9th island, and we're very, very happy to be celebrating people of Polynesian descent, particularly women, who are just absolutely killing it in food and beverage today here on the Strip. We are celebrating at the Venetian, and not only that, at the Venetian, we are actually at the location of Status by William Paul, which is your new champagne lounge. Couldn't be more happy about that. Walk us through your journey. How did we get here?
My husband and I, we founded Status Sparkling Wines along with some of our friends back in 2017. And we are out of Northern California originally, but we've actually relocated our corporate office and we're now headquartered here locally in Las Vegas. And so it's been the most amazing move.
Yeah.
Like, it probably couldn't have been the smartest thing. It's the smartest thing we've ever done. Was come here to Las Vegas. But one of the biggest reasons why is because food and beverage, this is like food and beverage, the capital of food and beverage, in the world.
Yep.
And so as Polynesians, there's not too many Polynesians in the wine and spirits industry. And, you know, I'm so grateful to see Dwayne Johnson, you know, The Rock with
Yes.
Terramana Tequila,
Yes.
representing our community in wine and spirits. But so as everyone will soon find out, we're inside the Venetian Palazzo.
Yeah.
We want to give a great experience to a lot of our guests who will come to visit us, and definitely feel like they have status without, you know, having a lot of regrets.
Yeah.
Now, I can't talk too much about a lot of the things that we have coming up the pipe when it comes to surprises on the menu, but craft cocktails are going to be a big thing for us. Serving sizes are definitely going to be a big thing for us. And I also feel that, you know, just giving a platform for people to be able to try, you know, your small bites and amazing sparkling wines, status sparkling wines, and all of the different varieties that we offer, I think is going to be huge.
And I'm looking forward to Status Lounge being home base for me and my husband, and all of our out-of-towners that are going to be coming. We're going to come to Status Lounge first. We are going to be enjoying more times with our ohana, and we are very, very honored to have you in our community. Thank you and Bill so much for giving us this unprecedented access to this space. Keep it here for more updates, not only on Status Lounge, but for other amazing venues throughout the city. We'll see you again soon on Sin City Kitchen.
Thank you for watching Sin City Kitchen and for joining me. If you want to try distilled spices, you can find them by visiting distilledspices.com. Check out my latest sinfully delicious recipes, cookbooks, events, and appearances at dingcuisine.com. I'm Alicia Shevetone. See you next time right here on Sin City Kitchen.